Good morning, traders. It's Tuesday, 20th of July, 2021. No high priority news today. We've actually had some already, actually. The Australian monetary policy meeting minutes, that was at 2:30 a.m. UK time, so that's all over and done with now. So, yep, nothing else on the radar there, and nothing tomorrow either, so quite a couple of days impact news-wise. I can just see Japanese yen there, bank holiday Thursday and Friday. So Japanese yen was a big movie yesterday, very strong market. And if you remember from yesterday's video, we saw basically all of these yen pairs were down on the day, meaning that the market was putting their money into Japanese yen. It was Japanese yen strength. Now it's a different story. So, but you know, after big moves, you would expect some form of corrections anyway, so that's perfectly normal. The only two which are down is Kiwi and Aussie yen, Kiwi yen. Everything else seems to be slowly retracing. Let's have a look at some yen pairs in a little while. So yeah, we've got the dollar index here. Originally, you know, looking for, in fact, not originally, still are really looking for price to reject this zone. Now it's broken out. We've had resistance, and it's broken out here. But what I do notice about this price action is, yes, it is making higher highs, higher lows. Okay, you can clearly see that. But the price action doesn't look impulsive. Okay. Yes, it's making higher highs, higher lows, but there's no real strength in that movement, and you can see that. You know, things like this is very sharp, impulsive price movement. This is very up and down, and it's almost got that feeling that the buying momentum is dying out. Now, doesn't mean that we necessarily start selling the US dollar. Okay, we do need to see a change of cycle, and what we really need to see is price break below this trend line, and ideally an impulsive move, okay, a sharp movement down, then looking for that correction, okay, for the lower high, and then looking for the sell setup. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be looking for on this particular asset, the dollar index, and then obviously can then relate that or look at other USD pairs to trade. Now obviously the Euro USD is the one which is closest to the dollar index, because it's just basically the upside down version. So, you know, looking out, we don't really need that, but looking for the break of this trend line here, looking for that impulsive move up, looking for that break, looking for the correction, and then looking to get involved. So, you know, something like this, look, we had that little impulse there, look, correction, and let me just zoom in here for you. We had that sharp, look at these 4-hour candles, they're quite impulsive, big candles, slows down, we get a correction, and then we see a bullish engulfing candle. So clear sign there that, you know, we've had the correction, and now we're going for that buy again, that buying momentum. Now let's just say we get something like that. Well, bear with me guys, I'm just trying to find I just want to show you, if you'd have bought there above that bullish engulfing candle, stop loss below, I mean literally such a nice move, over 10% getting there. Yeah, 10% move that was. So I'm looking for the same thing again here. I'm looking for that impulsive move, looking for that correction, looking for a sign that buyers have come in, placing a buy stop, okay, and then potentially looking for that move to the top of this triangular structure again, and it could actually break out of this. We will remain to be seen, but you know, and don't worry if you can't trade the 4-hour time frame or the smaller time frame, then we're just going to look for potentially a bullish close above this counter trend line here to get involved. So there's going to be a number of ways. You know, the The smaller time frames that you can trade, you know, going down into the 4 hourly, the hourly, potentially the more an advantage you have, because you can get into trades earlier. But you know, it remains to be seen. So just I'm just got my kind of bias, if you like, and this just doesn't seem to be impulsive anymore, and I'm waiting for this to break. We will see though. Euro is pretty strong against a lot of other currencies. You just got to look at Euro Aussie, Euro CAD, and you'll see. So I also like Euro Swissy. Okay, I've been talking about this since last week. It's been on the watch list for a while. We've got weekly support here. Now, what I want to show you is just going down into that 4 hour time frame is the potential here for an inverse head and shoulder pattern. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Okay, so basically an inverse head and shoulder pattern is a fancy name for a change of cycle. So low, high, lower low. That's a lower high there. Higher low, higher high, higher low, and that is the way to trade it. Okay, the textbook way to trade an inverse head and shoulders is to wait for this zone here, which is what we call a neckline. It's resistance, to break, retest, and then look for a buy setup. Aggressive traders can look to trade from here if they are in the same mind that this is an inverse head and shoulder pattern. And okay, yeah, well, I'm going to try and take a trade from this right shoulder here. If you're going to do that, it would be recommended to put your stop loss underneath here, just in case you are wrong and it could drop down a little further. The right shoulder could literally come down here, here. As long as it doesn't break this low, then it still can be a right shoulder. So always best to have your stop loss under here if you're going to anticipate that right shoulder move. So I am looking for that there, and then a push up towards the top of this structure, and then who knows, maybe breakout. We will see. Something which was a little bit of a surprise was Euro Pound, because against the pound, you know, this has been in a descending channel. Was looking to see if price came back into this zone and maybe we made another move down, but as you can see, we've clearly broken out of this structure now. So what does that mean? Well, it means that, you know, we're gonna have to change our way of thinking now. This does go into agreement with that euro strength that I'm looking for in euro dollars, and pound has been particularly weak. Just show you the pound chart, pound USD, because we actually are underneath this support area from I sent out this chart yesterday, and we didn't actually close below support, but we're actually trading below it now. So pound is weak at the moment. So euro is strong against a lot of currencies. Pound is not doing too well at all, hence why we've seen this breakout. So what can we look for on this? Because the thinking was that we could see a move down, okay, but we needed to see the right price action. We haven't seen that, so we can look for a correction now, and potentially you could look for a retest of this top trend line and then look for a long setup here. Okay, so you'd be looking for that correction and then looking for some kind of indication that buyers are coming into the market. Now there's a few things you can look for. The most typical ones are a bullish engulfing candle, or a morning star pattern, or a hammer candle. But you'll be looking for that pullback and looking for signs that those sellers are leaving the market and buyers are coming into the market. So look out for that. Not too sure whether it will happen today, but you can always set an alert just by, you know, on your trading software. But on here on TradingView, you'd go right click and add alert, and that will let you know when price comes into a particular zone that you're interested in. So the trend line is a little bit low down. I can see that big number there, 8600. So I'm going to put my alert there, but I will try and remember to keep an eye on it. I've got it already marked out here, so I'm going to keep an eye on that one. I'm going to look for that pullback and then see if we get those buyers come in. Yeah, so yen pairs are correcting by the looks of it. Just want to have a look at CAD yen for a second, because that was a big movie yesterday. Yeah, you can see, you know, this nice big bearish candle, and the thing is though, we came into this support here, which is worth noting. So it's actually an area potentially to see some buyers come in, and after a big move anyway, we'd expect a retracement, a correction. So you can start looking on a smaller time frame for smaller changes of cycle on this, where, you know, ideally we can see the support here, look. So like it to come back into this zone here, and then we'll see what happens. Do we reject it and maybe come back and double bottom? Do we break? But this would be a nice zone for it to gravitate to, if you like. But you need to be looking at those smaller time frames, looking for those change of cycles. Nothing really clear there for me. I can see this area of support here, resistance I should say here though. So we tried to break there, we tried to break there, we tried to break there, and it hasn't. So this could be a decent area. Look for the move breaking that, closing above. Look for the retest, and then you can look for a buy setup. So this would be counter trend trading, okay? So just make sure you are aware of that. So some things to look out for there, guys. Let's see what type of day we have, and yeah, keep your eye out, and I'll be posting some charts as when I see anything of interest. Okay, so from me and the team, bye for now.